got a new package today. I already opened the package, but it came. So here it is. It is the DHL C-130J Hercules, otherwise known as the DHL Transport, or as well as the Transport plane. And DHL Transport, you're on a cross-country delivery. DHL Transport, it's number 4 out of 24. Wingspan is 168 feet. Cargo is 600,000 pounds. Speed is 575 miles per hour. And spec, the DHL Transport can lift almost anything. This plane could carry your car and your whole house. Yeah, that's if you're moving, not like picking up your whole house. And DHL trademark used under license from Deutsche Post AG/DHL International GmbH. If you see a GmbH, it's German company. So, this is 2005. I've already got 2 others like this. I've got 2 other transport planes that I actually repainted myself. There's this one, which is the MAFS 4, like what you see in the States with the U.S. Air Force C-130s. And then here's a fictional one that looks like the airspray Lockheed Electras that you'd probably see in Canada or in Bolivia last year or in California if it was a couple years ago. But these are the 2 that I have. These 2 were both military ones, but I just repainted them because I thought they looked cool. So I'm gonna use the MAFS 4 one to compare. So let's open her up. Okay, so open this up a bit more. Alrighty, here we are. There's DHL Transport. Skybuster model 67. Well, actually not 67, 61. It's right there. DHL there, and there. And the same thing on the other side. It's got a red bottom with silver props. External fuel tanks. It's yellow. It's your standard DHL looking van. It's your standard DHL aircraft. Props. 1 and 2 spin well. 3 and 4 spin pretty good. 4 is a bit stiff, but that's fine. So right off the bat, instantly difference of color, but other than that, they're just the same thing. I have another one coming, which will be the 4th in my C-130 collection, which this is just basically a C-130. If you look it up on the Matchbox wiki, and it shows that it's based off of the C-130J, or just C-130 in particular. But, however, Matchbox did make a C-130 back in the day. And I actually have one. And it's from 1990. It's got a model 34. It was made in Macau, actually. Here is the original C-130, licensed one. Here it is. It's got different gears. Here it is. The wings are a bit weird, is what I think of it. So here they are. Instantly, this one's got more prop blades, so that means it's a C-130J, but it's short one blade because the C-130J has 6 blades, not 5, but that's fine. I don't care. And the C-130H-3 has the E2 Hawkeye and C2 Greyhound props. But I like this model. It's actually like nice and robust and can actually like be like your rough field outside sort of plane. So I mean it's a great model. I'll give you that. It's really good. I actually love it a lot. But there's another one that is similar that I have. It is called, well, it looks like a C-17 Globemaster from Boeing, but it is called the Sky Cargo. It's the jet version of it. Here's a firefighting one that I would be used for smoke jumping or large-scale drops or supplies hauling. And yeah, here they are. 4-engine high wing, This one's got a T-tail. This one's got a conventional tail. They both have a back ramp, but this one you can't really see, but this one you can because they actually mapped it out. But they're both good models. I like both these models. I do recommend both of them. If you're more into jets, I'd go for this one. If you're more into props, then I'd go for this one. But yeah, I recommend both models, but the original C-130 from the 90s is like one of the rarest models. Like I can't even find any. And the one that I have, one of the prop blades on engine 4 right there, this one right here, is actually busted off, so I just sort of haphazardly glued it on, but it seems to do the trick. But it's more, that one's more of a shelf model and just sits there and doesn't do anything. Comparing to the DHL one, which I just got, it's this is the one that I would use. But if you get the one from the 90s, I wouldn't recommend playing with it because the props are super brittle and super old, and they will break, and they're too small. Meanwhile, these ones are actually pretty thick. You could probably see that they're pretty thick. They're bent back like that. I don't know why, but that's just how the mold is. But I don't like it. But when I first got one, which was this one, the MAPS 4 one back there, right here. When I first got it, I was like, the props look weird. So I was like, should I bend the back? I'm like, no, I'll probably break them. But yeah, I think that they're really good models, and they based off the C-130 Hercules really well, and I like it a lot. It's a beautiful, beautiful model, and I honestly just, if you see one, I'd buy it. But there is one paint scheme that is the rarest one. Like I seen some that were pretty banged up, and I found one that was basically still in the box, and that's the firefighting one, which is on the way. I want to, no, it's on my phone, but I'll check where it is. I think it's in the States still, or just across the border, something like that. It just passed customs. That's all I know. But yeah, that's coming, as well as a Cessna Caravan on floats, and another Mission Force set. It's a fire crew one. It's an old one with one of the big real working rigs, because the ones that came now, like the Fire Commanders one, it came with 3 vehicles. The next one that's coming has 2, because when they stopped the real working rigs, they supplemented the big vehicle for 2 smaller ones. So yeah, and also there's another similar model, which is the seaplane, which is this one right here. One that looks like it's got old piston props. The ones that I'm looking for are the ones that have the firefighting livery, which are very hard to find. I've only found one, but like the props are gone, and the wheels are busted, tail's broken off. I'm like, I'm not buying that. So I just look around for the other ones, like, okay, those will work. And I put the number 84 on the back because it's a contracted aircraft for firefighting this year, so he's just going to be sitting outside. It's like how Buffalo put 57 on one of their DC-4s when they used it for cargo hauling, because then they just converted it back and forth. That's the same deal with that guy right here. Same deal with him. But this guy, I love it. I will definitely do the similar thing where I convert it back and forth from firefighting to cargo. I'll do that the same with the MAPS one, but the airspray one, strictly cargo. Well, no, it's strictly firefighting. And if it's needed, freighter rolls. Because it's a Herc, right? It's a C-130. You could convert it back and forth. Coulson does it all the time. They have their tanks, they fly over, and then some of them don't have their tanks because it's in the other Herc that went to Australia. Then the second Herc hauls just all the parts with it to Australia. So that's what I think how it works. But yeah, but there's a bit of an anomaly on this one, because here the door is not very visible, but on this side it's quite visible. Those are the jump doors on the back, which would usually be on a Hercules in the back, but which you'd see better here because I mapped them out in red. Because on the ones on the C-130s in the States, they have red doors to mark where the nozzle comes out. I just both sides because it's like, why not? And I like to make things symmetrical. I don't like symmetrical all too much, unless if it's like chipped like this citation here. I can't help that. I'm not gonna like chip the paint for no apparent reason. But yeah, it's an amazing model, and I'd recommend it if you're into that sort of stuff. And yeah, this is gonna be like around 11 minutes, but this model is so good. I love it a lot. Like it is really robust, and it's in real life you could fit a whole bunch of stuff in it. Like they used to have them in Canada for hauling stuff to ice strips and remote mining and oil sites, delivering cargo to remote communities and what's it called? And remote radar stations in the Arctic. And then the company that was operating them, First Air, which is no longer around, which is merged into Canadian North, has since sold them to SAF Air, and then they went to south to the Antarctic, and from South Africa, and then SAF Air went under, and then they went to Linden Air Cargo, which was basically the only civil C-130 Hercules operator in the world, which is up in Anchorage, Alaska. So, yeah, I think if Linden Air decides to do a partnership with Buffalo, that I think Buffalo Airways and Linden Air should like combine forces or something like that, because I think that'd be pretty good for their company. And with C-130 engines, like these are the old L100s. These are like civilian versions of the C-130H and E models, which have Allison T-56s. The Lockheed Electra has 51D13s, which is the civil version of the T-56s. So those parts are basically interchangeable. Same with the P-3 Orions. But Transport Canada is such a fucking prick that we can't swap out Allison 501 parts for T-56 parts. It's asinine. It's stupid. Transport Canada, get your shit together. Because we're going to have another busy fire season. I'll guarantee you that. Because I'll be on the front lines loading the shit. I'll be loading the mud this year. And I won't have time for these videos. So I have to make them ahead of time or when I have a day off. Which is 10 days on, 4 off. And Transport Canada, make sure Coulson has at least some government contract in this country. Because I don't want to see the fucking town that I live in burn to the fucking ground like Lytton or Fort Mac or Slave Lake. Get your shit together, Transport Canada, or I will personally fax you a really nicely worded note. Yes, our government still uses fax machines to an extent. Anyways, it's a bit of a rant, but again, I recommend the transport plane. They don't make them anymore. The only place you can find them is like eBay or something like that. It's from 2000. It's a 2002 model, so I doubt they're gonna make them again. But I do like it a lot. It's a beautiful model. So that's about it. See ya.